All right, let's send you into the weekend. We do this at the end of every week. What we're trying to do is get you into your happy hour, even though it's 9:48 on the West Coast. We are sending you into your weekend right now with an assortment of sounds and chaos from the week. Open up the club. Open it. Open. Do this every week. To Debbie Deb. Dan, you're on ESPN Radio and you're in the club. Go ahead, Dan.
This is Dan LeBatard. Stugatz. Gambling problem. What are you going to do? He took the Rams plus the points. Not a good bet. Please do something else. Thank you.
Not bad.
Well done, man. Well
Not
done.
bad.
Well done.
First noise in the club is...
I'm going with the Giants.
Okay, that, of course, is Mike Ditka farting on Countdown.
I'm going with the Giants.
That was Boomer.
And that is Mike Ditka saying it was not him. He is blaming it on the soon-to-be not on Countdown, Chris Berman.
That was Boomer.
Okay.
Been mine, I would have claimed him. Plus, you would have smelled it.
That is excellent work by Mike Ditka and our show. Who else is in the club?
Who's the best dude down there doing weather or dudette?
That is, of course, our beloved Chuck Pagano, not likely to last through the holidays with his job.
We're going with Frank and Mac. Frank and Mac attack. You guys like it? I like it. I just made it up. Frank and Mac. Not cheese and Mac. We're going Frank and Mac.
I can't see why.
Yes, our beloved Chuck Pagano will soon be gone from football.
Or Sonny and Cher? Huh? I got you, babe.
We were not going to have... Enjoy it now. Cherish it now, because like Adam West, it's going to make you sad in the future when Chuck Pagano is no longer there for you with his funny comment.
I got you, babe.
Who else is in the club? Oh, yes. Yes. So delightful.
That should permanently be in the club. Right?
Yeah, intoxicating. Mina Kimes laughing at, of course, the idea, Grandma, that Larry Bird looks like you, an old Ukrainian woman, when she takes off her headscarf. Who else is in the club?
You never know.
Oh, for the love of God, that guy. Chris Cody is so embarrassed by his father. We got to get into this next week. Chris Cody's father used to play music during Chris's high school games, and Chris would just spend his time in the field throwing his arms up, embarrassed by his dad's behavior. We have to get into this next
Play
week.
music?
Yeah, well, go ahead. What do you got for us, Chris?
He announced the games, so he would announce our names, and we'd have walk-up songs in between innings. He'd be playing just the music you don't want to be playing during a baseball game.
He would embarrass his son during high school games. Who else in the club, Mike? Tell them, Pablo.
Hosts are not to mention any competitors and go, wow, that is not the language. Okay, here we go. Intro.
I mean, it is amazingly dumb. I mean, he was reading a live spot. He went to Harvard. God, it's amazing. Tell them, Pablo.
Hosts
We
are
can
not
stop
to
telling.
mention any competitors and
Stop
go,
telling.
wow, that is
Stop
not the
telling.
language. Okay, here we go. Intro.
What is that? What is that?
Trying to cloud out people from hearing what I did.
It's so Ron Burgundy. Who else is in the club?
Ben McAdoo looks like the guy. I all get it together.
Who else is in the club?
Just took a pitch, outside corner, strike. How was that a ball? The referee, oh, come on. Slow bat speed, y'all. Slow bat speed. Oh, that's a bad call by the umpire.
I love that as the name of a comedy tour, Slow Bat Speed, y'all.
I'm not going to lie to y'all. I think I'm the best in America.
Yeah. Who else is in the club?
I am at Buffalo Wild Wings. I am at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Looking for a fight.
I'm the last loser homer.
Oh, yes. Dueling. We got dueling rabid local sports anchors.
I am at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yes. Where's Bo Bach of the Falcons?
I'm the last loser homer. Who the hell do you think has been saying the truth since 1973?
I love that sentence so much. Who the hell do you think has been saying the truth? And he has an exact date. Since 1973.
Who the hell do you think has been saying the truth since 1973?
He said that about 10 years ago. So he's
I'm
live,
at Buffalo Wild Wings.
live for 30 years, Bobak.
Before that. Who else is on? Who else is in the club?
I've never waxed my turtle.
Nick, you're on ESPN Radio. Go ahead, Nick.
Peanuts in a bag. Wow.
Not terrible. Andrew, you're on ESPN Radio. Go ahead, Andrew.
Well, you know.
That's all he's got. He doesn't have anything else. All right. What other sound is in the club? Go ahead, Mike. What other sound is in the club?
Aaron Rodgers got hurt, and whoever their backup is.
Scott Tolzien.
There's Stugatz with the conviction of knowing the answer that is totally wrong.
Scott Tolzien.
Who else is in the club?
Falcons, Raiders, collision course.
Yes, the fake Sean Connery from yesterday.
Falcons, Raiders, collision course.
Great.
Who else is in the club?
If you want Capone, if he pulls your knife, you pull a gun. If he puts one of your men in the hospital, you put one of his in the morgue.
Wow.
That's how you get Capone.
Yes!
Sebastian Bach.
That is another fake Sean Connery from yesterday. An excellent one. Is that The Untouchables? What was that movie
Yeah,
from?
Untouchables.
Who else is in the club?
I like women. I don't understand them, but I like them.
Another fake Sean Connery? How many of these you got? Who else is in the club?
You're the man now, dog.
Who else is in the club? Give them a ping, Vasily. One ping only. Oh, that's me as Sean Connery.
Yes.
The birthplace of all the... Who else is in the club?
If you had to ask me what my favorite movie is,
Oh, no.
the name of the movie would be called Octopussy.
Yeah, of course. That's Sebastian Bach from Skid Row. Who else is in the club?
He has no idea who Jennifer Lopez is. I said, yes, I do. I thought it was somebody on the U.S. women's soccer team.
That's PJ Carlissimo, who doesn't know anything except basketball. What is Breaking Bad?
No clue.
That is PJ Carlissimo, who only knows about basketball. Do you know who the current Batman is?
No clue.
That is PJ Carlissimo, who only knows about basketball. You don't have another sound, do you?
What a delightful segment that
Yeah, it was delightful. Who else is in the club?
That's the Vatican. Pope's up in there.
I loved that segment with Marty Smith so much. I loved looking up at my television and seeing him in full armor. That guy is squeezing life by the testicles, man. Who else?
Who said Jesse? Does he mean Woody? No. Woody's the dude cowboy in Toy Story. Get your damn characters straight in there, boy. Tighten up.
Way to go, Guillermo. You enraged Marty Smith while he was wearing armor. Who else is in the club?
No!
I don't think I recognize that.
It's Stephen A. It's not Stephen A.
No!
Oh, that's right. That was Mike Glennon during the draft last night.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
During the draft, as soon as the second pick was taken. Who else is in the club?
Steve Nash was a system point guard. He was invented by Mike D'Antoni, who himself is a fraud.
Little role reversal, yeah. I like this.
Yeah. Well, that was an entirely accurate representation of all the things that Pablo Torre secretly thinks. Who else is in the club? Your hoopty. Your hoopty. That is how I refer to a car. Your hoopty. Who else is in the club?
What's up with Wesley Snipes being cast as the thug?
That, of course, is Rachel Dolezal, the black woman who's actually white, the white woman who's actually black, the black woman, the white woman who thinks she is black, commenting on Demolition Man. Who else is in the club?
What's up with Wesley Snipes being cast as the thug
I did that just so you can set it up.
Yes. Who else is in the club?
What up, Luda?
That was a caller to Tim Kirk shit.
Who else is in the club, Mike? Finish us off. I'd rather make love to a goat. Oh, no. I'd rather make love to a goat. Oh, no.
Dude buying drinks for goats in the back.
Who else is in the club?
And finally, a man has died.
What was that about?
That's just Stugatz reading poorly, and sort of when he reads poorly, he sing-songs certain words, and those
A man has died.
A man, and then has died. That was.
There was a lot more to the story.
No,
There wasn't more to the
great,
story.
great inflection.
Who else is in the club?
Stu, POTUS is up in there.
That was Marty Smith on with us earlier this week before Dan came back from the Baltic Sea.
Marty Smith was in front of the White House, and Marty Smith said,
Stu, POTUS is up in there.
sounding like a cartoon, what, rooster, cartoon moose? Who else is in the club?
I like living. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Bob Einstein, Super Dave Osborne won't come on the show, says it's cursed.
Right, because the curse. He's right.
And he says, I like living. It's my favorite thing to do. So he's not coming on the show anymore. Who else is in the club?
Boy, long time ago.
What is that?
That is me asking PJ Carlissimo if he's in the Mile High Club.
Boy, long time ago.
That's what it sounded like when I walked in on you in the bathroom that one time.
Wait a minute. What would it sound like if you were to walk in on PJ Carlissimo in mid-sex act in the Mile High Club? Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'd like to hear this.
No!
You love sandwiches, huh?
Terrible.
You love sandwiches, huh?
How much, PJ, do you love sandwiches? Stugatz's interview question to Matt Bonner. That's how he started the interview with Matt Bonner.
You love sandwiches, huh?
That's what would happen if Stugatz was running the interview.
You love sandwiches, huh? Can I start every interview with that question moving forward? Just for a week, can we experiment? I'd cut my own head off if I were bald. See if there's gold in there.
Where was that, in Zimbabwe, where people were cutting cutting people's heads off, bald heads, because they thought there was gold in there? Yeah! Sentiment of the weekend! Yes! 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 I think this is sexual harassment of Mina! PJ, knock it off! PJ!
Stop leaning that way!
Stop!
You love sandwiches, huh?
Who else is in the club?
Yeah, happy about that.
Oh, that was the guy who interviewed Derek Jeter and A-Rod together. That uncomfortable interview where he asked them, going to the Met Gala with J-Lo, you happy about that?
Yeah, happy about that.
Like, hey, like that question is basically a journalist on a business channel asking, hey, did you and J-Lo have sex?
Yeah, happy about that.
Like, that's that question.
In a creepy
That's
way.
what, I mean, I know, totally creepy. Like, if the next question had been, can I watch, you wouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah, happy about that.
Can I watch?
It was creepy. In the club belongs to...
Cut the damn music!
Oh, I suspect we're going to have a lot of him in the club. Cut the music.
the damn music!
Okay, I suspect there'll be a lot of Stephen A. in the club this week. Let's do it.
Studio!
Yes!
Oh!
Uh-oh!
Phil Collins, y'all. Y'all don't know about that man.
Who else is in the club? If you want more information, visit dodgames.com. That's D-O-D. Do-D. No, not do-D. Do-D. D-O-D. Do-D. Oops. Department of Defense. Do-D. Yeah. D-O-D. Who else in the club?
Who's good?
Oh, that's Greg Cody talking to his dog.
Who's good?
That'll make his dog Riley wag his tail every time.
Who's good?
Who's good?
Who's good?
Who else is in the club?
I'd like to be a dog.
There it is. Stugatz.
I'd like to be a dog.
Yeah, we know. Who else is in the club?
Help me. Oh.
All right, that is Bomani Jones drowning.
Excuse me.
That is the drowning Bomani Jones.
Help me. Oh.
The burp's going to be in there for sure. Who else is in the club?
Help me. Oh.
Welcome back to the right time with Bomani Jones here.
Who else is in the club?
Captain Crunch cereal.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Where's he been?
Captain Crunch cereal.
With what? With what? What do you sprinkle in there?
Weed.
No! No!
Yes.
What do you sprinkle in the Captain Crunch? Okay, no, better than that. What's more delicious than that?
Crack!
No!
And some little bit of brown sugar, some blueberries.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Some blueberries.
Man, was that so hard?
Some blueberries.
Bologna.
Oh, Vin
Nice.
Scully with an appearance.
Bologna. Cherry's Jubilee.
Oh, what a magical dessert menu.
Crack!
Whoa. The starter drug, the Cherry's Jubilee.
Oh! Oh!
Who is the first sound in the club?
Shimmy, shimmy, ya. Shimmy, yam, shimmy, ya. I'm a dirty old dog all day. No way, Jose. Your girl only go one way. Ah, ye madre.
That's right. Tim Kirchin doing Pitbull lyrics. I suspect there'll be some more of those. What else is in the club?
Esa jefita esta enteria tien tremendo. Culo. Esta tan linda. Esta tan rica. Tien tremendo. Culo.
Yeah, he did that great. He never heard the song, but it sounded like he had. Who else is in the club?
They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can.
Yeah, that is Stugatz's only appearance on the 30 for 30 that was his idea.
They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can.
They cut everything else. That Stugatz sat down for an hour interview with the 30 for 30 people, and that's all that the sound that we heard.
They spoke like New Yorkers. They acted like New Yorkers. They were New Yorkers.
No, that's it.
And it was perfect for the New York sports fan.
That's it. That's the only time his non-singing voice was heard on the Mike and Mike 30 for 30. But go back to his singing voice.
They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can.
Just think of that, first of all, as a song. Like some sad radio people, some sad musicians had to go into a studio and actually make a song that's what the words were. Those were the lyrics.
Sports, going at it as hard as they can.
They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can, and that's a show I'll never listen to. Yeah.
They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can.
Who else?
Awful.
Who else is in the club?
It's football. I've been watching it for 40 years. 40 years.
Who is that? Oh, LaGreca.
Oh, that's wrong.
Don LaGreca.
Right.
Who else is in the show?
Bald Eagles.
That is Guillermo being asked one word to represent America.
Bald Eagles.
$2, Guillermo. Right now, $2.
Really?
Bald Eagles.
Another two.
Bald Eagles.
Another.
Open up the club. I'm already drinking. I'm walking in clubs drunk. Let's go. Open it.
You know, sometimes 3rd down and 7 is not the most important thing in life.
That is the very wise Jim McElwain.
And it is the most important
It
thing in
is.
his life.
It always.
Yeah.
Unless it's 3rd and 8. Who else is in the club?
You back, Adam?
Yes, that is Adam Schefter dying.
Well, he's really struggled here in Carolina. There's no question. Sorry, Sage.
That is clearly Adam Schefter sinking into quicksand while doing a hit with Sage Steele.
Well, he's really struggled here in Carolina. There's no question. Sorry, Sage.
A Sports Center hit.
Yeah, that's right. Who else is in the club?
I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
Yeah, that is Jim Carrey at an awards show.
There is no me.
Yeah. Who else is in the club?
I believe we're a field of energy dancing for itself.
Okay.
And I don't care.
Very good.
There are clusters of tetrahedrons moving around together.
Who else is in the club? Is that Dallas Diamond Page? Oh,
that is a
Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too.
Fine.
I'm positively Page.
That was Dallas Diamond Page hanging up on us.
I'm positively Page.
Feel you. Who else is in the club?
That's what they told me to do. Sit there, don't get hit, don't touch anybody, don't move. I feel like I executed that one.
Cutler.
Jay Cutler. As Mina Kime says, Jay Cutler is very good at the art of being Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler describing what he did in the Wildcat formation the other day.
That's what they told me to do. Sit there, don't get hit, don't touch anybody, don't move. And I feel like I executed that one.
Who else is in the club?
There's a lot of people. It's like Woodstock, except everybody's got their clothes on.
That's right. That's Yammering Loon, Mike Leach.
Oklahoma's louder, A&M's louder. Texas is on the bubble. Nebraska was definitely louder.
That, of course, is Yammering Loon, Mike
Mississippi
Leach.
State's comparable. Georgia's louder. Florida's louder. Definitely that one end zone in South Carolina's louder.
It's like he wrote the book on this.
That is Yammering Loon, Mike Leach. Who else is in the club?
Go ahead, Andy Reid. I dare you to go 14-2 and allow Alex Smith to leave Arrowhead Stadium. Go ahead, I dare you.
You have been dared twice by Stugatz, Andy Reid. Who else is
It's brilliant to be in an orgy sometimes.
Yeah? When?
I should have kept backpedaling on that first touchdown, you feel me? First touchdown, you feel me? Now, you feel me?
Not enough Russell Brand. More Russell Brand next week. Let's go ahead and open up the club. Open it.
This is the Chris Cody Show.
Oh, yes. That was a glorious 90 seconds where the weather was given 3 times and the telephone number was given 7.
It is a Tuesday, 9:01 in Central Time, 8:01 Mountain Time, and 7:01 out on the West.
Yes, the Chris Cody Show last.
It is 10:01 on the East Coast.
Ran out of material right after that.
Yes. Who else is in the club?
Happy Halloween, everybody.
The Chris Cody Show, ladies and gentlemen.
It is the Chris Cody Show.
Yeah, roared across the sky like a meteor. Who else is in the club?
I broke my coccyx. I'm telling you, I broke my butt.
Yeah, that's Marty Smith doing a backflip into the UM pool.
I broke my coccyx. I'm telling you, I broke my butt.
Okay. He is a cartoon rooster, that guy. Who else is in the club?
Is that a style you like, the team prefers?
Well, we prefer to win.
That is such a great sound. I mean, that is Belichick. Low-scoring game. How about, that wasn't even the best sound from that Belichick interview.
Is that a style that you're comfortable playing?
What are you talking about?
That's the one that's like tickling me. It's Bill Belichick at his most no-nonsense.
What are you talking about?
How intimidating do you think that is? If
What are you
you're the
talking about?
reporter.
What are you talking about?
Who else is in the club?
No, see, you can make an argument, and it's
That is the eloquent poet Stugatz, short-circuiting. That is professional broadcaster Stugatz. Give me the whole thing, DJ, and then remix it.
No, see, you can make an argument, and it's
I'm telling you, it is what Stugatz would sound like if we were fencing and my last move was to just stick it in his gut, the sword, and kill him.
No, see, you can make an argument, and it's
A little bubble of blood there coming out of his mouth.
I was thrown off because I was so surprised you were asking me a question and cared about my answer.
All right, put it on the poll. Can Dan see his penis? Let's go ahead and open up the club. Woo! We're rolling on. Are you smoking that gas, sir?
Yeah.
That, of course, is Big Boy. Big Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need him this week, man. We are close with Colin Cowherd. I don't know why we picked more games than he has, but it's close. Let's go. What else is in the club? Who's in the backfield with him?
Polite.
Okay. Who's in the backfield with him? Please. Yeah, it's us doing Who's on First about Lusaka Polite, a fullback for the Dolphins 10 years ago. Who else is in the club?
Wow, Stugatz. I am good.
That was Chris whistling. Stugatz pretending like it was him. And see if you can uncover how our investigation turned over that Stugatz wasn't actually the one listening here. Whistling.
Fine. Wow, Stugatz. I am good. It was, listen, the weather was exactly right. It was one of those rare days where I could whistle and talk at the same time.
Who else is in the club?
I need to apologize. I honestly, until after the segment ended and we went to commercial break, had no idea that Jonathan Coachman was black.
What else you got?
It is the Chris Cody Show. 8:01 Mountain Time and 7:01 out on the West.
Chris Cody's about to be a father. Greg Cody's about to be a grandfather. Congratulations to them and all the ways they've ruined our show. What else you got?
I milked a cow once. What a disaster that was.
That's Tim Kirchin, of course, milking a cow. Tim, who else is in the club?
I'm undefeated, never lost.
He's got a good idea, man. This league thing idea that he's got is a good idea. He's a clown, but it's a good idea.
I'm undefeated, never lost.
As long as he's not running it.
Yeah.
I'm undefeated, never lost.
Who else is in the club?
One knee is for the team, two knees is for Jesus. One knee is for the team,
who it
two
is.
knees is for Jesus.
You don't need to tell me it's Ray Lewis. I wanted to let the silence sit there so we could stare at each other. You protest on one knee, it's... Two knees is for Jesus. Everyone knows that.
One knee is for the team, two knees is for
Everyone
Jesus.
knows that. Everyone. One knee is protest, two teams is for Jesus. Two knees is for Jesus.
Age has not dulled the competitive spirits or the bat of Ricky Henderson. Welcome to Tangier.
Hope you enjoyed the Dan LeBatard Show on ESPN Radio.